Starting out the day in Lakeland, Florida, we stop at a gas station to get some drinks to cool off, as the humidity and the temperatures are already up and kicking. As soon as we get out of the gas station along the BV main, we see gates come down, and down comes train 0730, heading to Prairie Yard down in Mulberry. Today, the goal is some trains between the Lakeland and Bone Valley regions, hoping to also see some more of the new CSX ST70s. We didn't stick around for the whole 7:30, as we knew we'd see him again a little bit later, after Prairie Yard, since he had to drop some stuff off. We wander around waiting to hear something, and for a little while we didn't. Usually by now there's a few trains, but today's not looking too good so far. Then we hear the JF dispatcher get toned up by 0799, wanting to come out of Winston Yard and head down to Mulberry, so we move to one of my favorite spots.
9910, 3414 South, approach Angry.
An ET44AH Gevo running long hood forward, hammerhead style, people call it. Most people refer to this practice as running Southern style. Well, this ain't the Norfolk Southern, it's CSX, so I'll call it running RF&P style. This train is 0799, a local based out of Winston Yard. From what I've seen, this local is pretty much an as-needed thing, with nothing specific assigned to it. Just whatever it is being needed for that day that another local won't be assigned to. In this case, bringing these cars down to Mulberry for 0731 to work with. Next, we go set up at the Cozart Road crossing, down on the Bone Valley sub to wait on 0730, who's finished his work in Prairie. He'll now be going to New Wales via Bradley Junction. He gets his EC1 from the JF dispatcher, and gets permission to cross the diamond with the Valrico sub on signal indication. Shortly after, he appears. So after 0730 passed, we started to go roaming around everywhere. I was showing my friend John Petito around the Bellin Valley area, and decided something told me to go toward Edison and Welcome Junction just to see if anything was waiting there. I didn't have ATCS, which still works in this area on, so usually there's something waiting there at Welcome Yard. So we go over there, and we find a GR1 train coming with SD40s, who's coming down the main with the switch still thrown for the secondary, so we hoofed it back over to part of Nichols Road to shoot them coming through. This is K310, a dry rock train that originates from CSX's Rockport yard in Tampa, Florida, that runs the Mosaic's Ridgewood plant east of Mulberry. This we refer to as a GR1 train, as that's what the cars are. GR1s are rebuilt from old seaboard coastline open-top dry rock hoppers that have been extended upwards and have doors on the top that flip open when they go through a rotary dumper. This train right now is currently empty, heading to Ridgewood to pick up more loads to take back to Rockport. As some of you may know, a majority of the Bone Valley is non-signaled, dark territory, except a small portion of the Valrico sub in Mulberry. We decided to give chase to the K313 since we've not heard anything else yet. We set up at the intermediate signal between the Southwise South Mulberry and the north end of Ridgewood, where this train will be entering the plant. This is a shot I've wanted for a while, but I've just never gotten until now. After K313 had gone into Ridgewood, I knew it was about that time of day that we should be getting a loaded train out of Fort Meade. So we decided to head toward Bartow, and crossing over the Valrico sub in downtown Bartow, we see headlights in the distance. So some fancy backroads driving put us in one of my favorite spots, the old Seaboard Armour yard, where up came K360, heading to Ridgewood also with an SD40-2 leading an ST70AH. The sound of the SD40's 645 engine throttling up was music to my ears. After this, we went toward Edison to check again if anything had snuck up from Tampa, but heard a K344 get EC1 from the JF dispatcher to leave Ag Rock and head up to Bradley Junction to wait on 0730 before proceeding to New Wales. So we blasted off down south into the valley and met up with the train at Brewster. After shooting him at Brewster, we raced him up to about a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles north, to this little bridge over the small little river that I've wanted to shoot at for a while, but never could find anything really interesting to shoot it at. So decided to try it with this. After shooting 344 over that small bridge, we head back to Mulberry and over towards Ridgewood, where we hear K360 get his EC1 to return to Fort Meade. So we go down the Valrico sub a little bit to this spot here by Peace River Citrus that I like to shoot at with the palm trees, and we wait for southbound K360, now with the 8909 leading. We decided to make this our last train here in the Bone Valley. From here, we head up to Lakeland and see a medium approach for a southbound train at the South Lakeland signals. We go to set up at Goddard Produce, and just a minute or so after we set up, we hear it.
78210 engine 9000, medium approach, South Lakeland, Y number 2 track southbound.
A782. Dispatch Alpha High, A782, over.
A782, over.
Alright, I believe they're gonna I believe you're gonna hold there at Wabash there, just so you know, but you can call the train master to double check, but I think
This train is a new addition to the Lakeland area. A782 was formerly a Wildwood Yard-based local for the S-Line south of Ocala. Recently, CSX has closed down Wildwood Yard, so now this local is based out of Winston Yard here in Lakeland. Now this just adds another train you can catch in Lakeland on a day. A C40-9W number 9000 and a new SD70 Ace T4 power this train. 9000 is one of less than 50 -9s on the CSX, and as many as you very well know now, the CSX had only ordered 10 SD70 Ace T4s. We sat around at this spot for a little bit because we knew we had two more trains coming. 0725 was sitting at Winston ready to come north with yet another ST70AH in the lead. This train will be going up to Davenport on the A-line near Poinciana to drop off these loads of rock, and returning on later that night to Winston with empty rock from the Martin Marietta facility up there. During the week, this train is usually the Winston to Arcadia turn for the Seminole Gulf Railroad interchange, but on its off days that it doesn't do that job, it gets assigned to other duties, as you can see here. After 0725 went north, a red over yellow over flashing green signal popped up. A medium approach medium. Medium speed through turnouts, crossovers, sidings, over power operated switches, then proceed approaching next signal not exceeding medium speed. QL46 is coming and will be coming off the number 2 track here, and crossing over to the Vitus subdivision to our north. The next signal likely displaying a medium approach or an approach limited to diverge at the 10th Street signal. Wanting Q604 to end the day, as that being how it usually goes for me here, we go to Winston Y at Gay Road to wait on them, where we see an approach medium on track 2. Approach the next signal not exceeding medium speed. 0711 was coming out of Winston Yard to start shoving up to the park spur while they'll work.
Clear on the south end, approach medium on the north end. Signal now, go for 100. 100.
Now back at Goddard Produce, we wait on Q604, which has a special treat. This wasn't the initial purpose of coming down today. It was planned a week in advance, but the night before, the 1776 Spirit of our Armed Forces and 911 Spirit of our First Responders came down on Q603 from Waycross. You may remember I chased this pair on K423 back in June, and if you haven't seen that video, it's here on my channel. Now it's my turn to get the 1776 in the lead. Conversation between 604 and the dispatcher was interesting, as even they were impressed by these two specially painted commemorative locomotives. A big thank you to Eric Hendrickson and CSX Huntington for making these happen. As a child of a U.S. military veteran, it made me literally smile watching this locomotive pull up the hill with 9,000 feet of train in tow. On the way back to Orlando, we hear 0725 calling the 833 Intermediate, so I pull off on this road here by this University of Florida campus thing, I don't know what it is, but we catch them coming south Long Hood Ford with the ST back to Winston. And with that marks the end of our trip to Lakeland in the Bellin Valley area. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you like this video, please like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, we'll see you guys out there.